Across Britain, 4.8 million people receive some form of housing benefit to help pay their rent. But since 2013, 46% of renters affected by the benefits cap have fallen into arrears more often. Paul Bohill and Ben Pinner are High Court enforcement agents. They travel around the southeast, repossessing homes, chasing debts and seizing goods when debtors can't or won't pay.
You're going to go right down St Anne's Road, where the pub is. See, I'm quite familiar with these northern parts.
They're on their way to Finsbury Park, North London, to evict tenant Kareen Green, who's been in rent arrears for almost a year.
I don't know why, I've got a bad feeling about this one.
Do you feel it in your waters?
I do.
We're looking for Salisbury Mansions. So behind that laguna. Mind the tree.
I'm glad I've got you with me. Right.
Kareen has received notice for the eviction from the county court, but the case has now been escalated to the High Court, and the agents are here today to evict her without warning.
What number is it?
55.
55.
Who is it?
The High Court enforcement have a repossession order for your flat.
Miss Green. Hi. My name's Ben, High Court enforcement. Madam, okay.
My child is inside and I'm a vulnerable person.
Okay, will you let me come in talk to you?
No, you can pass me the possession order.
That's the writ of possession.
Thank you very much. I've got the other possession order from the court.
The county court.
And I've also spoken to the council.
Yeah.
And I've also contacted the landlord and his company. And I have bipolar disorder. Do not make me get upset.
Okay, madam, I understand.
The agents have the right to force entry, but the team are now aware of Kareen's vulnerability.
I've no obligation to let you inside.
I'm afraid you do, madam.
No, actually I don't.
Okay, can I explain the situation right here, right now?
Explain.
We are from the High Court.
That's fine.
We are here to execute this writ today.
That's fine also.
You have 1 hour from now to pack a bag and to take your writ that I've given you down to the council.
Babe, the police are at my door.
We're not police, madam.
The possession order.
Kareen calls her boyfriend for help.
The door's halfway open because this idiot has got his foot in the door. There's people outside my door. Don't tell me to chill. There's people outside. I suggest you call a solicitor because I'm getting really pissed off.
If there are clear visible signs of mental health, it does make it a little more tricky. We just need to try and comfort and reassure them and really try and support them in an emotional way, because it's a very distressing situation, especially because you're giving them bad news. We want to try and calm the situation and help them through it. Madam, I'm not here to make things difficult.
Well, clearly you are.
I'm not.
No, clearly you are.
I'm only trying to talk to you.
No, clearly you're here to make things difficult. I've sent the details to my landlord. I've also spoken to the council, who have a specific date for me to be out of the property, which the landlord has agreed in email, in writing, right? And I've already explained
Calm
to you.
down.
No, I will not. You don't know, yeah, what I've had to deal with this order possession. Yeah, you keep laughing because it's funny
I'm not finding
to
it
you.
funny, madam.
Kareen claims she agreed a date with her landlord to move out. Despite the shock of today's visit, Paul and Ben are duty-bound to enforce the eviction. They need to remain calm and help her understand the situation.
Madam, calm down.
Telling me to fucking calm down. Have you got someone outside your door with their foot wedged in your door, chatting all kinds of shit?
Say nothing.
You're
Let it
clearly
go.
trying to upset me and make this situation worse than it needs to be. You're trying to push your way through my door, right? Without knowing my part of the situation. Flipping disgusting. Been here 5 years and 2 months. Had I been a terrible tenant, I would understand.
If we find somebody who is clearly distressed and may be suffering from mental health issues, we would be very sympathetic. We would listen to them. And a simple technique is that we wait until they've talked it out of their system, and then we'll come forward with constructive suggestions on how we would like to deal with it.
Now Kareen calls her father.
Dad, I'm not in a very good place right now. I have the police officers
High
of
Court
the High...
enforcement.
Pardon?
We're High Court enforcement, we're not police.
High Court enforcement at my door. Basically, yeah. Telling me I've got an hour to come out of the property when certain circumstances have already been agreed. Would you like to see those, Mr. High Court officer?
Absolutely.
Okay, brilliant.
If you would like to talk to me, we're not harassing you.
Yeah, but you've got your foot wedged in my fucking
Because you're going to
door.
shut the door on me.
You say you're a vulnerable person. Could you explain?
I have bipolar disorder, right?
Oh, we've made progress.
I can't hold this much longer. I'm losing blood flow.
Paul steps in to hold the door open, but it's been barricaded from the inside.
Madam.
Listen, let me tell you something. If you push me through this fucking door today,
Get the police.
yeah? If you dare push me through this door today, you're gonna have a problem.
Madam, we just want to talk.
Don't you dare force your way through this door. Can you tell your colleague to move the hands
Yes.
from the door? You can come in.
He won't come in. He won't let me come in on my own. Let us both in. I'm calling the police.
Yeah.
Concerned about Kareen's well-being, Ben asks the police for assistance. He hopes that their presence will calm the situation down.
Hi, I'm a High Court enforcement officer. We're executing a writ of possession. The tenant is very irate, just screaming and shouting at the top of her voice. I'd say mental health, basically. So we'd need a unit, not within the hour either. We've got a High Court writ, so we could force the door down, theoretically.
We're on their way, okay?
They're taking the mick. He agreed he will not send the High Court or the bailiffs. So he's an arsehole.
What started as a straightforward repossession has turned into a volatile situation, which the agents must handle carefully. Paul and Ben must use all their years of experience to keep this difficult eviction under control.
I'm already wound up there. I'm well wound up.
High Court enforcement agents Paul Bowhill and Ben Pinner were in North London.
What number is it?
55.
They were executing an eviction notice on tenant Kareen Green, who'd been behind with her rent for almost a year.
I've no obligation to let you inside.
I'm afraid you do, madam.
But it soon became clear this eviction needed careful handling.
I have bipolar disorder, right?
Hold this much longer.
Concerned for Kareen's welfare, Ben called the police.
The tenant, she's very irate. I'd say mental health, basically.
The police are on their way, but now Kareen's boyfriend Troy has arrived to help calm the situation.
Hello? Well, come in then.
I'm coming, babe.
Troy?
Sit down for me a second.
No, I'm not sitting down nowhere. This man is pushing his way into my fucking door.
Hold on a sec. Right. So High Court, she has to leave. Fine.
Yeah.
She needs to pack her stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're going to give her an opportunity to come back and take her stuff.
I've been trying to
I
explain that,
understand.
but what you've got to understand... Hold on a sec. I must inform you, the police obviously are on their way.
I understand.
My colleague's obviously holding the door, so please don't be alarmed by
Can you
that.
move from the door, please?
No.
Not right this
Oh,
second.
Paul can't move from the door, apparently.
He's not going to shut the door.
I
I
understand
didn't ask you
totally.
to shut the door. I told you to move from
Stop.
pushing the door.
1 second. Let me get in, please. Let me get in. Let me get in. Stop.
I'm not pushing the door against you.
Yeah, there's something behind the door, by the way. That's what you're pushing up against. All right.
Explain the situation.
All right, hold on.
What are you telling me to stop for? Don't tell me to stop. I'm listening.
The best ally we can have in a conflict situation is we enlist the family friend. They know the people involved, they will be sympathetic to them, and they act as a really good buffer zone between us and the people. They can explain things to them in their own time.
Troy has managed to calm Kareen down.
I said he can come in.
I cannot come in on my own for health and
Will
safety.
you and
It's
your
our
friend
policy.
Paul come in?
Paul can come in. Paul, we're going to both go in.
After 20 minutes at the flat, the agents finally gain entry.
I'm not. That's fine. Do you know what? I'm not a rude person. I'm not even an aggressive person. I'm not even an angry person.
We don't know who's behind the door.
You don't know what's the ins and outs, which
Absolutely.
is fine, and I understand
All we
that.
get is this piece of paper with 2 names on it. We understand this is the worst situation in the world, but we want to try and make it as smooth as possible. All I need you to do now is pack a bag.
Yeah.
You will then need to make arrangements to collect the rest of your items.
Okay, no problem.
Karine knew that her landlord wanted her out and has already started packing.
How are we doing?
Clothes are already half packed.
I'm sorry if you took offence at me. I'll be the most helpful person in the world, given the chance.
I 100% accept your apology.
Thank you.
I was very upset at the time. No problem at all.
Karine had been on benefits, but started work as a teaching assistant a year ago. She was still entitled to some housing benefit, but Karine claims that the council consistently miscalculated her entitlement and underpaid the landlord. Despite her attempts to resolve the situation, the shortfall was never cleared. Now, after 12 months of being in arrears, her landlord has had enough.
Got an interesting selection of books.
Ah, yes, I do. I work with special needs.
Really?
I'm studying child psychology now.
Wow, that is absolutely spot on.
Yeah. See, I'm a nice person. See what my students leave for me?
Being bipolar, though, how does it affect you?
Bipolar can do anything from leave you in a deep depression to manic episodes.
Right.
You're more likely to get yourself in bad places, be around the wrong types of people. It just depends on the person and their surroundings.
A few minutes later, the police arrive. But fortunately, Paul no longer needs their help.
We just wanted to call a halt. He was going the wrong way.
Okay, but
Hence
it's
we
all
called
sorted and you're happy. And...
She's changed her work hours, the benefits were stopped, the rent's got into arrears, the landlord's just said enough, and he's issued the eviction order. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Karine's hour to pack up her essentials and leave is nearly up.
No documents will be left in this property, none. Because if I can't find my stuff, the council want to tell me, oh, but you don't have this paper, oh, you don't have that paper, oh, we can't help you. Anything that I've handed in, I make sure I make copies of everything.
As you walk in, do they all get up and walk out?
Yeah, they pretty much do. It's even worse when I'm having a bipolar episode because I'm determined to get everything done.
Well, they don't actually see the sharp end like this. Yeah. The council say, please don't panic.
Yeah.
It's going to take 2 months before the bailiff gets to you. But what they should then say is, unless the landlord takes this to the High Court, in which case it could happen overnight.
Exactly. And then when people come in there with an attitude, they get upset and then, don't give me an attitude, you must leave the office, blah, blah, blah. But...
Can I actually say this as a compliment? You do attitude to perfection. You're an absolute diva. Spot on.
Karine is determined to make the move for her young daughter as smooth as possible. But there's one family member who's not cooperating.
Still haven't found the cat.
Rosie.
My daughter named my cat after my mum. My mum wasn't impressed. But the next cat we have, we'll call it Ben.
Oh, I think that's a compliment. Let's push this one.
Told you.
Got her?
Cat chase.
She's not going in the bathroom. He's got her. The cat is in the bag. We're ready to go.
Karine and her daughter are now homeless.
Let's go.
Yeah. I have no idea where I'm going to stay. I don't know where the council's going to put me. I just know that I'm a vulnerable person who has bipolar and a 6-year-old child. I know that much.
It will be up to the local council to find emergency accommodation for Karine and her daughter tonight.